welcome back to the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, Nevada. Make some noise! This is going to be the final game between NesTea and Squirtle. It is all tied up. Next one to win takes it to the grand finals and guarantees himself $16,000.
Yeah. Now, NesTea with the 2-win comeback. Such impressive moves. That last game was just unreal. He had to have had that all planned out, and that's just, there's so many layers going on there. I mean, NesTea wouldn't just randomly build 30 speedless lings against a Protoss who could easily wall off his base. He was banking on the fact that he was gonna wall it off with a Zealot. He was banking on the fact that he was gonna send that Zealot out to the third, and he executed it perfectly. I'm blown away by that. That was just excellent. Excellent, excellent.
That was very, very, very smart. Hey, guys, we're going into Game 5 very, very soon. The map is Tau, the Rim Altar. We've just gotten confirmation that the countdown has begun.
Here
Can you guys
we
make noise
go!
one more time? Oh, man. It is getting pretty electrifying here, man. I'm getting butterflies all in my stomach one more time, and here we go. It looks like NesTea is going to be the blue Zerg player. He's spawned in the top left-hand position. Give it up for Iams NesTea! Could be making the comeback of the century, Taylor. Now over on the right, dropped 2 games in a row. It is Squirtle. I want to hear it for him.
Squirtle has certainly picked up a fan following here.
Yep.
He's playing amazing StarCraft right now, and there we already have the forward pylon from Squirtle. He's going to be going for that fast expansion at the natural, walling it off. Now, this map, certainly a map you do see a lot of Zerg players all in on. The natural is so wide open, it's very difficult for Protoss players to wall that off. And well, it's not difficult to wall off, but there's so many different angles that roaches can pick off your buildings. They can try and work their way in. And, you know, I hope NesTea doesn't go for the all-in, because Squirtle is excellent at warding off all-ins. His force fields are very precise. His building positioning is well thought out, and I just haven't seen anyone catch him with it yet.
I mean, he's known to be the macro Protoss. He's one of the best in the world, and he can. If you're going to be in the macro Protoss, you got to be able to hold off the cheese. You got to be able to hold off those all-ins. We do have a spawning pool coming down right now for NesTea, 14 pool, I believe. And he's probably going to look to follow that up with the hatchery fairly soon. We'll see if Squirtle is going to be able to get a probe block there. And NesTea right now just kind of training that drone on the probe, but he lets the probe get in the lead, and we will have definitely a pylon block of some sort coming down here from Squirtle.
Now, one thing that we need to talk about is that on this map, you do see players from time to time abuse the spawn imbalances, right? Now, we do have NesTea spawning in the top left-hand corner. We have, obviously,
that drone almost went down.
And we obviously have Squirtle spawning in the top right. Now, I don't know if we're gonna see this, but Squirtle could choose to go for quick Colossus, tuck himself into that nook at the natural, and start to roast the drones of NesTea from the low ground. It's a very, very effective tactic that a lot of players use. A lot of Terran players use that spot as well on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. The sweet spot is one of the most dangerous spots. If you're Zerg, I can tell you countless nightmares and horror stories I have of allowing Colossus and siege tanks there.
Oh, absolutely.
Squirtle knows that. He knows he has a favorable spawn now, so look for him to rush potentially Colossus, but the thing here is he still has to be worried a little bit about that big roach play that NesTea can go for. Meanwhile, it looks like that probe gonna be chased away, and NesTea finally able to secure that hatchery. That was pretty delayed, by the way, guys.
Wow.
By that pylon.
I'm surprised NesTea produced so many Zerglings there.
Yeah.
He actually has 8 Zerglings out on the field right now, and that's a huge investment early on in the game right now. I mean, he really has no intention of being aggressive here, and having 8 lings just to patrol outside your opponent's
but there's
base.
an opening, but he's not going to try to run by the cannon. It would take out almost all the Zerglings anyways.
No, he might be able to get 2, 3.
He might be able to get 2 or 3 inside. I don't know. I thought maybe he would have done the run by. He could have annoyed Squirtle inside the main, but he opted not to.
Ooh. And NesTea has gone ahead and grabbed the third on the left-hand side of the map in a, I don't want to say a secret location. I mean, I'm sure Squirtle will scout this at some point, but he's grabbing it before his natural third location. So he's choosing not to destroy the destructible rocks, bypassing his natural third and just going straight for that fourth. This could be very risky though, because if Squirtle sniffs this out, he can get a pylon on the high ground above that fourth position and start to warp in zealots and take out that hatchery.
Yeah, the thing about this map though, as a Zerg player, you do have this kind of dilemma, this conflict when you want to get the third, because there's rocks there at the natural location. It becomes kind of difficult. Then you force yourself to make Zerglings and Roaches to kill off those rocks. So we see Machine and Indra sometimes place the hatchery.
Oh no. Squirtle with a very timely scout right there, gets a beat on that hatchery, and those 8 lings that were produced certainly are not doing their job preventing probes from getting around on the map.
Yeah, I do apologize, that scouting probe did get in there, but as I was gonna say, a lot of times EG Machine and Idra will decide to go ahead and place the hatchery next to the rocks, just to start mining right away and then destroying it later. It looks like you said, NesTea, taking a bit of a more risky route, grabbing the hatchery at the 9 o'clock, but you do need to get that third at some point as Zerg, and you don't want to delay yourself too much. By the way, guys, we do have a Stargate on the way as well. Roach Horn finally coming up, all signs pointing to the big Roach play that all Protoss fear.
Yes, now, can he actually do some damage with it this time? We haven't seen him be able to bust Squirtle's front door with the Roach play yet. The time the Roach play has succeeded for NesTea is in a situation where he was able to force a base race, and there we go. We have some lings here microing away from this Stalker. Stalker just going in there, taking a peek, seeing what's going on. Surprisingly enough, Squirtle hasn't attempted to put a pylon up near the fourth base, and he hasn't harassed it at all.
Quite a few gateways going up here down inside the main as well. He's adding on 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 5. And that's quite a bit of gateways. Nothing too surprising though. Most likely going to see him follow this up with a robotics facility and try to get those Immortals out. Now, I do like the Stargate because Void Rays are pretty effective against Roaches. And if he can get in here and harass the Zerg a little bit, he can delay that 12-minute timing of mass Roaches. And even if it's a little bit, it still definitely helps.
Ooh, multiple gateways have been added here. We are up to 7 gateways right now. He does have +1 on the way. He's only using that one Phoenix, I believe, or that one Void Ray, I believe, for scouting purposes, to pick off Overlords, to potentially supply block NesTea while he builds up this 7-gate push here, and he is going to be very offensive. Now, the question is he going to hit the natural, or is he going to hit that extended fourth that's so isolated from the rest of NesTea's base?
Well, you know what? Both players here going for the builds that allow them to get the largest amount of army possible at the 9, 10, 11-minute mark. That's the mass Roach play from NesTea, and that is the 7-gate +1 weapons from Squirtle. So we're going to have huge armies colliding here in the next couple of minutes, and this is going to be really, really interesting.
Killing his own gateway to start moving out. It looks like he is just about ready for the push.
Wow.
Surprisingly enough,
adding on
though,
another gateway pain user. He's got 8 gates and a Stargate off of 2 bases, +1 weapons, about to finish. Oh, that pylon got stopped. Nice play by NesTea. That was absolutely huge, but the probe is going to replace the pylon. Another probe, excuse me, coming out to make the new pylons. Blocked by Stalkers, though, and that is going to take him a little bit longer to make that offensive pylon.
That was a beautiful play from NesTea right there. That changes everything. He is essentially shutting it down, the 7-gate reinforcements here. Roaches are now popping out. He's just getting in the oh no, force field right there, losing a lot of lings on the run by there. Does he have enough to hold this off? I don't know, it's gonna be close. Drones have been pulled off the line. He's surrounding him from every angle. We have reinforcement Roaches coming in, reinforcement Stalkers coming in as well. Does he have enough to hold? Well, I don't know, HD.
Well, he might be able to, no, he's not going to be able to kill the Stalkers. The thing is, he's also got to deal with that Void Raid. He doesn't have any type of anti-air there. The Queen has to come to help fight off the Void Raid, but now there's no more Roaches on the ground. He's going to have to retreat and wait for more Roaches to come out. And this 8-gate plus Stargate plus 1 weapons timing is going to absolutely do a lot of damage. NesTea's in so much trouble right now, Ping User.
Yeah, he really is. He is taking so much damage, but NesTea somehow, some way finds a way to push him back.
But he's off the creep. He's going to have to wait and might have to run back, and he's trying to use the Queen to take out that Void Ray. Void Ray taking some damage. I'm not too sure how much HP it has left, but right now NesTea's so overcommitted, lost a lot of roaches. He got burrow. He burrowed underground.
That's
gonna keep him safe for a little bit.
Look at the beautiful moves here from NesTea, burrowing all of his units so that they can't be picked off one at a time. He's also burrowing them to set up flanks. He can unburrow from all sides and then engage. It makes it very difficult to micro and run away. And now here we have Squirtle going after the third of NesTea. There is nothing there right now, and if he loses this third, that could be devastating.
Let's not forget that Squirtle's tech is woefully behind. He finally got a robotics facility right now because he decided to invest so heavily into gateways and stargates. And finally, that Robo Bay will allow him to get detection for the roaches. But at this moment in time, he does have complete map control. He just crushed the Zerg third. He's replacing the door at his wall to prevent any type of counterattack from NesTea. And at this point, NesTea is on 2 bases against a 2-base Protoss. He's got a bunch of roaches. He's gonna try to go for the counter here, and he kills off the gateway.
I don't know how I feel about this, though. He's setting himself up for the pincer movement coming from both sides now. There's a flank.
Thankfully, though, there is a corridor for him to escape.
Yeah, if he lost all those roaches. And is there an observer here? No, not yet. It's on its way out right now. Unburrowing on top of the roaches.
Yeah, interesting. He unburrows the roaches. I think there's more than enough firepower there for those for the stalkers and sentries.
He doesn't know that the observer's coming. It's about to pop out. The observer's making its way up right now. He needs to get out right now.
Oh my goodness, and the force fields are not going to lock those roaches in. All those roaches are going to get torn apart. Squirtle is taking a commanding, dominating lead in this game right now. He just killed off so many of those roaches.
Squirtle is playing phenomenal StarCraft right now. He is playing so well, even after, and here we go, NesTea trying to make one more final push here, taking out quite a few stalkers.
That Void Ray's eating his roaches alive.
Yeah, it certainly is. That Void Ray has been doing so much damage, 15 kills, most of which are roaches, and he just needs to find a way to get rid of that. He needs to fall back to the queens and try and pick it off.
I don't know what NesTea's doing right now, man. What is he doing? He's sending 4 roaches so cavalier.
NesTea.
So weird, man.
I mean, he's clearly flustered. There's a lot going on in this game right now. He's burrowing units left and right all over the place. Maybe he had a bad rally point set up there. He still hasn't killed the rocks to his third. It's very surprising.
I don't know, man. He's in a lot of trouble right now. And we do have a pause. Yeah, I'm not too sure why the pause has been initiated here, but it looks like...
Nonetheless, it has. Both players obviously needing to sort something out here. Looks like we may have a technical difficulty on our hands.
All right, well, we have a little bit of technical difficulty, we were just told.
So about this game. NesTea still hasn't killed the rocks to his third. So he really has no intention of taking a 4th base here. He's just now rebuilding the 3rd hatchery that he lost over at the 4th position. NesTea is in a terrible spot right now. He is in a terrible spot right now.
Yeah, he's not looking too sharp at this moment in time. He's still on roach tech. That's what really worries me the most. He hasn't had time to throw down like a Hydralistan or a Spire. I don't think he has a Spire.
No. The Spire is actually about to finish.
Okay.
He's just now about to get the Spire. So I think NesTea's one chance here is if he can make a drastic tech switch to Mutas, completely catch him off guard, pick off the Stalkers, pick off the Sentries, and then ultimately win the game from there. But if that doesn't happen, and he doesn't do some serious damage with this Mutalisk switch, I don't know how he's gonna win this game.
Well, things aren't looking super that bleak for him. If we look at the supply count, it is 82 under 98. Yeah, he's under supply. But he's still got a chance, man. He's got to...
Oh, absolutely.
This pause actually is going to give him some time to think about his upcoming... when it unpauses, what his strategy is going to be. And
certainly.
I think, actually, it's what he kind of needs. He needs to calm himself down, think about what he needs to do next.
And what he needs to do next, I mean...
what would you do next, Pain User?
I don't know. I mean, the Muta switch is clearly what he's going to do next. Will the Muta switch pay off? I mean, there are quite a few Stalkers on the field right now. It looks like Weapons 2 is about to finish. Also, keep in mind, he does have the Stargate, so he can Chrono Boost out a bunch of Phoenixes. Phoenix is also excellent against Mutalisks.
I'm actually looking at that, I think it's an iPad right there. It's super effective NesTea. And I actually can't see it, but hopefully the camera comes over and we get a zoom in on that. Ah, gotcha.
Squirtle evolving. Blastoise? Is that what's going on?
Bulbasaur, yeah. Hey, how many of you guys played Pokemon on Game Boy back in the days? I remember when I used to go to school and we would do the little link thing with the little optical black square, and I can't link with you, what's going on? So we had to all use the cables. Man, Pokemon was awesome. That was my favorite Pokemon, actually. Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, is that right?
Yeah, I think so, I believe so. I think you got your evolutions down.
Yeah, I know. Man, I missed that game. I've been gaming my whole life, as you guys can probably tell. I'm like a super nerd.
Haven't we all?
Yep. That's why we're all here, right?
Okay, it looks like we might have things figured out here. I'm not sure yet. The players are talking to each other in-game right now, trying to figure out what the problem is here. It also looks like Squirtle is gearing up to take his third base as well.
Well, if Squirtle wins this game, man, he is going to go on to the grand finals. He is so close right now. He's really on the precipice. He's that close. We'll have to see what happens. I'm very excited. You know, I'm not quite sure what the issue is right here. Players and observers trying to figure out what's going on. Obviously, we're not Korean. We can't read the signs, but I'm sure somebody out there does understand.
I always thought you were Korean.
Huh?
I always thought you were Korean.
Yeah, get that a lot.
All right, an update on the technical difficulty would be awesome. All right, never mind. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.